Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Some upcoming artists, we are recovering our My Chemical Romance, Typo Negative, and our special 100th episode, Nirvana Revisited. If those interest you, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. On today's episode, though, we are reviewing Eduardo's new album, Cruisin' a Melody. Now, Ed has been a friend of ours for many, many years, and he was an original host on this show. So let's show him some love. You can find a link of his new album in the description below. Go check it out. I didn't do any intros, so with me today, the unknown melody, Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
And so it's Will. Go quick.
Oh, there we go. That's good. That's good.
I guess he's tripping around the sun. That's Jason, as always.
Yeah, we can improvise on this show.
I want a time machine. I'm Colquitt. I have one. Have one on my arm. Got a little time machine there.
Oh, the TARDIS. It's the time machine.
Yeah, not just
Is your time machine a spaceship?
It is all kinds of things. It is I see the sunrise.
Convince me.
It fills me with a love elation.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll buy that for a while.
At least
you didn't convince me. We got them all. All right, so who wants to start off with this one?
Well, I do. I think that Ed's hairstyle looks great on the cover, but I am very disappointed that the logo and the title are not centered.
Yeah, self-portrait too, Ed. We heard you talk all that stuff about all those bands. What's up with that album cover?
I've seen some of those Is It Art shows, and so right off the bat, I have questions, Ed.
All right.
They're nice headphones too, I'd say.
I wasn't yet.
I can't really tell what brand they are, but they look like they fit very comfortably.
I might be wrong on the song I'm thinking of, but do you guys know that Foo Fighters song "Disenchanted Lullaby"?
Oh, I hope you nailed it, because I got a Foo Fighters note.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember what album it's even on. Is maybe Nothing Left to Lose or One by One, somewhere in there. I'd have to look. I didn't have much prep time today. Sorry, kids.
Yeah, I don't know what album it's on. I have,
but if you know that Foo Fighters song, I really got a strong vibe throughout this whole album of something that would fit very nicely along those lines.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I'll just read through my notes here. The opening track, I love the bass intro. It's a slow opening track though, which isn't something I care for usually. But I get it. It's a concept record. The bass tones, again, on For a While is another example. It has an In Your Honor Disc 2 Foo Fighter vibe. That was my...
Okay.
I love the outro vocals. Time Machine is a favorite of mine on this one. More instrumentation.
Yeah, that had a cool riff.
Yeah, great lyrics. It had guitar solo. Spaceship had a great sound in the verses. It was very spacey, and it fit what he was going for on that one. The lyrics have a double meaning in that one as well. That's another favorite.
Okay.
Sunrise is very Jack Johnson, but Ed pulls it off really well in this one. This would be a great on an acoustic guitar sitting on the beach at night type vibe. That's where it puts me mentally anyway. Love Elation has a kick-ass guitar riff, and I really like the melody of the verses. Really sweet song. Convince Me is super chill. Hell, all of this album is super chill. It's a vibe for sure. Trip Around the Sun. Again, beach feels. Good drum beat, catchy chorus. It gets stuck in your head. It sounds so familiar, but I couldn't place it. It's not a bad thing. It was a good sound. I love there are things we aren't meant to control. The more you reach, the more they grow. Like this mirror's reflection. Who's looking back at me? The music stops and the man I don't know. That's pretty cool. That's a cool part. Unknown Melody was also a favorite. It's a fucking hilarious song for anybody who's ever tried to write music. It's true. So those were my notes. It's a real short album.
It is short. And yeah, I think all your notes are fair. I think I heard a bonus track. I listened to it on my streaming service of choice. And there was a little intro by Ed where he thanked everybody for the love. So that was kind of cool to hear.
I didn't get that. I didn't get no love.
I don't know if I want to say the corporate name of what I listened to it on, but it wasn't the Swedish one. It wasn't the Swedish one. I am in the city that the one I listened to is from. If that and I'm in Seattle. If anybody wants to pay attention to that, check your door. And yeah, I thought "Trip Around the Sun" lyrically was really cool. But I also had questions like. Everything trips around the sun, so I'm not really sure what exactly he's trying to go for there. And so, as a metaphor, I could think of a bunch of stuff that could be about. And yeah, Unknown Melody is it's funny if you're a musician trying to write a song, but as a listener, I kept thinking, yeah, I'm not sure where I've heard this melody before either. But I had heard it. And then, yeah, there were some production choices I probably wouldn't have made. Mix-wise, take-wise even. I'm not sure if this was all analog in a room or if there's a digital. These are the kinds of things I think about whenever I hear
I would
an
assume
album.
digital. Isn't most things digital now? Don't you have to go out of your way to do analog?
Yeah, it would cost a ton of money to record a tape. A ton of money.
Yeah. It's everything's digital these days.
Yeah.
And having been through that process myself a couple times, yeah, I have some production questions that unfortunately took away from the album for me. But overall, it's a real fun, short ride that it definitely has a vibe. And I think Ed, as always, does it well.
Yeah, it is a very Ed album. It's got that beach acoustic guitar Jack Johnson feel, but it also has a lot more. At least I think it has more instrumentation than some of his past work. So it's a little bit.
I
more...
was surprised to hear a full band. Being friends with Eduardo all these years, I've definitely kept an eye on his career. And the songs I remember from the past, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance this week to, dive back into his back catalog for comparisons. But what I remember having heard over the years, this seemed like a new direction for him.
Yeah, I think it was when For a While kicked on. I was like, okay, this is different than something he would have done on Rusty Strings or, So it's got a little bit of growth.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it's not the type of music that I would listen to on my day-to-day normal, stuff. But for what it is and the audience that he's trying to reach, I think he nails it. I mean, he's got that beach vibe, Jack Johnson thing, chilling with, some decent lyrics here and there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Spaceship, was it Spaceship? Yeah, Spaceship had multiple. If you know Ed, you know what he's talking about on multiple levels, I guess.
I did think the vocals were the highlight of the album for me throughout.
Yeah.
Like the vocals do sound really good.
Yeah, it's got a really good tone to his voice.
Yeah, the bass.
All right. All right. This is not my scene. I love Ed to death as a human being. Never been a Jack Johnson-y on the beach strumming along thing. Never been my thing. So it's hard for me to fully criticize this without just criticizing that entire vibe. So I'm not going to. I will say, judging by the logo, this should be either a new romantic record from the 80s or a new Jack Swing record from the 80s, which are two completely different sounds. And neither of those sounds are featured on this record. So on that, disappointment, a little bit of a disappointment for me. Yeah. Beyond that, I thought for a while was nice. It was a nice little jam. And Trip Around the Sun was fun too. But I remember the last record he had a Mellotron, and I really appreciate anybody that puts a Mellotron on the record. That is a badass thing to do. Beyond that, I love you, Ed.
You ought to lean into the beach thing. You ought to like get a, your album cover should be like, chilling on the beach.
This record is a little bit more somber than the vibe that his previous record had, though, a little bit. So, I feel like artwork, at least the color scheme of it, kind of fits that.
Yeah, for sure.
Bedroom thing going on.
I read somewhere it is a concept. It's a loose concept record. I can't remember what, or if it was even explained what it is. I think it has to do with like his life or like some certain time period from his life. And I can pick out certain songs and I know what he's talking about, like Lovelation, Sunrise, Spaceship. Like I know because I know Ed. I can't place like the whole concept of what he was going for.
Yeah, I didn't gather any concept, unfortunately, but sure, I'm into it. If there is one, I'm into it.
Yeah, can't believe that logo is not centered, Ed.
Yeah, I saw that immediately.
And a self-portrait for the artwork.
It makes sense though.
Right.
If he centered it,
the band
right
photo.
He could still center at the bottom. It would work. You can still see his head.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been perfectly fine.
He's gonna be like, "Screw you guys."
I
love
you,
Ed.
You hate me forever, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Is it better than Nobody's Daughter?
Well, this one's a little more fresh for me at the moment. It's been a moment since I've heard Nobody's Daughter.
Yeah.
But I would definitely, when I get a chance, will A/B them.
Yeah, that's sort of a trick question and a trap. And
what is better than Nobody's Daughter?
I think it's on par.
His next album should be called Nobody's Son.
But then his mom would be very mad.
You could spell it S-U-N and have a couple meanings.
You don't want her mad at you.
I can't imagine.
But yeah, that's all I got. I mean, it's a short listen. If you like that,
go check it out. You like acoustic pop records? Go check it out, man. You might enjoy it. Apparently, 6,000 plus on Spotify enjoy this on the monthly. So that's
you could be 6,001.
If you enjoy this, you won't be the only one. That's for sure.
If you like some of the softer Foo Fighters stuff, you'll probably dig.
Yeah, I'm going to be definitely checking out Disenchanted Lullaby, I think is the song.
It's on 1 by 1, by the way. I looked it up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got a disc 2 in your honor.
I liked that album a lot, so.
We'll get to the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, we need to.
Spoiler.
For sure.
So, I didn't write an outro because I'm just slacking this week, but that has been our review of Eduardo's Cruising a Melody. Again, support your local artist. He may not be local to you, but he's independent. Check out the link below in Spotify. Maybe buy a t-shirt. I think he's got t-shirts. I don't know. Yeah.
And try to catch him on tour. He's all over the place.
Yeah. Check out his Facebook. I can leave a link to that too. Mm-hmm. He always posts where I think he's playing Tennessee this week or next week.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook group for him too. All your information will be found there.
Oh, that's right. He has his own group. I'll post that link instead.
There you go.
There you go. Personal one.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure.
Dox them. Get them. No. With that, be safe. Make good decisions. Don't dox your friends.
Love you, Dad.
We love you, Ed.